Today was Anthropic's Code with Claude Developer Conference that's focused entirely on AI coding agents, agent workflows, and the future of software engineering with Claude. The event was featuring live demos, new cloud capabilities, and a preview of many major advancements coming soon. One of the biggest themes throughout the conference was long-term agent intelligence. Anthropic showcased a new dreaming feature where agents can review past sessions and experiences to improve future outcomes and decision-making over time. They also introduced multi-agent orchestration, allowing a lead AI agent to delegate tasks to specialized agents that work in parallel on complex tasks. Another major highlight from this conference was that Anthropic is finally responding to community feedback by massively increasing Claude Code's rate limits across all of their paid plans. Finally, we can start using Claude Code again. This was all made possible through a new compute partnership with SpaceX, and this could significantly improve scalability for developers using Claude for heavy coding workflow usage. Lastly, Anthropic hinted at 3 massive focus areas for its next generation of models: an infinite context window, advanced multi-agent coordination, and more persistent long-horizon reasoning systems. The direction they're heading makes it clear that they are pushing Claude beyond simple chatbots and towards a fully autonomous software engineering system. Now, there's a lot more to this, so let's just simply dive into it all. If you want the best AI tools, workflows, and drops before everyone else, join my free newsletter with the link in the description below, which is completely free. To start off, let's talk about one of the most interesting parts of the conference, which is where they were talking about their next generation models, whether that ends up being the Cloud 5 lineup or potentially the rumored Mythos system. Now, Anthropic highlighted 3 major focuses, and these 3 areas are the future of their new AI model. Firstly, we have it so that they are focusing on higher judgment and code tastes for one of their models. They are also focusing on a model that has infinite context windows, a multi-agent coordination, and an overall refined system. Now, the first is improving Claude's overall engineering judgment. That is, by not just specifying through benchmark performances. Anthropic wants future models to actually better understand architectures, as well as maintainability. The second is an infinite context window. This allows agents to retain and reason over massive amounts of long-term memory across repositories, projects, sessions, and tools without constantly losing context. And lastly, the focus is where Anthropic is heavily pushing multi-agent coordination, where a lead agent can delegate work to specialized agents running in parallel across different sorts of tasks, whether that is front-end, back-end debugging, as well as research. At this point, Anthropic's vision is starting to look less like a chatbot, obviously, and more like a fully autonomous software engineering system. And we could see this potentially released with the Cloud 5 lineup. Now, personally, the higher judgment and code taste thing is something that feels like a real leap, obviously, for whatever future model that they drop. They're finally chasing actual senior engineering vibes instead of just benchmark flexing. And plus, if you add on the infinite context plus the agent swarm, that could turn Claude into a legit one-person dev team that doesn't forget anything. If they pull this off, it is definitely going to be one of the most revolutionary AI models yet. Now, interestingly, on Polymarket, people are speculating that Claude 5 won't be released anytime soon. We could see it near September, but nothing points to a release date in early May or June, which is kind of unfortunate, but kind of expected. Their Sonnet and Haiku models still haven't gotten an upgrade in quite some time, so it potentially could lead to a new model upgrade for both Haiku and Sonnet. Next is a really exciting new update from Claude, and I am really happy about this, because Anthropic dramatically increased Claude's usage limits thanks to the huge new compute partnership with SpaceX. Starting immediately, Anthropic is going to be doubling Claude Code's 5-hour rate limits across all of their paid plans: Pro, Max, Teams, and Enterprise plans, while also removing the peak hour limit reduction for Pro and Max users. They also significantly increased API limits for Cloud Opus models, which is huge for developers building large-scale agent workflows, as well as coding systems. Now, the reason why this is possible is because Anthropic signed a deal recently. And this is to use the full compute capacity of SpaceX's Colossus 1 data center, giving them the access to over 300 megawatts of compute power and more than 220K NVIDIA GPUs within the next month alone. Anthropic says that this new capacity will directly improve availability and performance for cloud users. But this goes even further, because Anthropic also revealed several enormous infrastructure partnerships already in progress. This is where they have included a multi-gigawatt compute agreement with different companies like Google. You have Amazon, Broadcom, Microsoft, NVIDIA, as well as FluidStack. And honestly, one of the craziest part was that Anthropic mentioned interest in eventually developing an orbitable AI compute infrastructure with SpaceX, which sounds absolutely insane and futuristic. Another major update was around cloud managed agents, where Anthropic introduced several new agent capabilities, which is focused on making AI systems more autonomous over long-running tasks. Now, one of the biggest additions was multi-agent orchestration. This overall allows lead agents to coordinate multiple specialized agents working in parallel on complex jobs. Anthropic also introduced an outcome loop system, where agents evaluate their own output, and this is against predefined rubrics and continuously improves results through an iterative self-correction system. That is just insane. This truly makes long-horizon tasks much more capable with the new cloud models. Now, they additionally showcased the new dreaming capability as well, where agents can review past sessions and experience to learn from previous mistakes and improve future performance over time. Now finally, Claude also introduced webhook support. This makes it much easier for developers to integrate cloud agents into external tools, apps, and automated workflows. And to be honest, cloud managed agents is something that I truly forgot about. But it is starting to feel far more capable, like a persistent, autonomous workforce system rather than just a simple AI chatbot. If you like this video and would love to support the channel, you can consider donating to my channel through the Super Thanks option below. Or you can consider joining our private Discord, where you can access multiple subscriptions to different AI tools for free on a monthly basis, plus daily AI news and exclusive content, plus a lot more. But that's about it, guys, for today's video. I wasn't too found on what Anthropic was doing recently, obviously due to their degradation of their model quality output, as well as the rate limits that they previously had enabled for all of their paid plans. But now that they are making changes and listening to the community, I am starting to change my opinion on what they're doing. Hopefully, their newer models are able to make more of an impact, and that their new, higher usage limits for Claude plans is going to be able to solve many of the issues we previously had. But with that thought, guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video and got some sort of value.